This video is going to be all about the stuff that I can't stand, and I'm gonna make sure to be in a bad mood when I do this video.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
I'm going to track how many points I get just for playing craps. Have you got your dice tracker yet? Make sure to get one of these. Go to holyroller.com or check the link in the description. This is able to track not only your bankroll, but your points towards a free cruise, among other things. So make sure to grab one of these. Now let's get back to it. This video that you're watching right now is me counting up how many points am I going to get on a 14-night cruise. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that 14 nights is a long cruise, yes. And playing craps, I always say that you don't want to play craps with less than $300. Especially, I mean, you need at least $300 to play. Now, 300 times 14 is a lot of money. But I actually play for more. I actually play like $500 a night. Or I bring $500 for the night. What would that be? What would it be if it was $500 times 14? What if it was $1,000 per night for 14 nights? Yes, that's $14,000. So I don't expect to get a lot of points on this cruise because I'm going places I've never been before. So subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna do not only a tour of this casino, a tour of this ship, but tours of ports that I'm gonna be going to in Rome and other places. So make sure to subscribe so you can see all those. But basically, I'm not gonna be getting a lot of points, playing really big, playing with a lot of money, because I have to let this money that I have spread out between 14 nights. And tonight, like I said, I spent $500 tonight. I can't spend $500 every night because that is over $5,000. What is it, $6,000, $8,000? I can't do it. I can't do it because the number one rule. Now, granted, I always say don't bring more than what the cruise costs. Now, fortunately, I won or earned this free cruise that actually would cost. I got a balcony room. It's a 14-night transatlantic. It would have cost me $8,000. So I always say don't bring more than what the cruise costs. However, when I think about bringing how much a cruise costs, I only think about like maybe $4,000 or $5,000. So I don't like to bring more than most of the time. I'll be honest, I just bring $1,000. I have some free play and I bring $1,000 and I win a free cruise. If I lose $1,000 and I get a cruise, it's still a great deal, especially a cruise like this that's worth $8,000. But most cruises that we get are worth $4,000. So with all that being said, if I can get a $4,000 cruise, even if I lose $1,000, it's still a great deal. But the thing is, I can't afford to go on a cruise every single month and lose $1,000 every month. You know, have you ever had somebody say, hey, I bought this and it was on sale, so I saved this much money, but you didn't have that money to spend? That's what can happen if you're not careful with this thing. So I make sure not to bring too much money on any individual cruise that I go on. And so for this one, just like every other cruise, I brought $1,000. I had a $500 worth of free play. And I told my wife, I was like, I might do $2,000 because this is twice as long, this cruise. So because I usually go on a 7-night, this is a 14-night. So I'm treating it like two different cruises. So I might do $2,000. I do have $2,000, but I'm trying to do a 14-night with $1,000 and see how many points I got. Like I said, I lost $500 tonight and I got 600 points, but I don't want to lose money every night. Let me tell you, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna tell you right now. Yes, it's late. I haven't been drinking. Probably sounds like I have, but the thing is, I am tired, but I'm still doing the video for you because you matter. And this is the thing. These dealers are not good. I'll just tell you right now. I don't know if I'll be able to put up with 14 nights of this dealing on the Odyssey of the Seas, by the way. I'm on the Odyssey of the Seas. It's a transatlantic, and the dealers are, let me say, the D in dealing is distracting. That's what I'm saying. These dealers are so distracting. There's one good dealer here, and I know him. His name is Michael. He actually was the Holy Roller dealer of the cruise when I saw him over on Allure. Now Michael's here, great dealer, but he's not there all the time. The other dealers are distracting, annoying, and let me tell you, what's really funny is the players here. I like people, but these people, there's sometimes people go to the craps table and they think that you have to yell or scream about everything. And what they're yelling for is a hard six, and they're yelling. And any roll that happens, that they're just shouting. And I told him, I said, hey, you could talk to the dice, but don't talk to the shooter. That's kind of an etiquette. You don't talk to shooter. You can talk to the dice. You can say, come on, hard six or whatever. But they're like, come on, roll a hard six. Come on, shooter, roll a hard six, shooter. And then the 7 comes, and it's just like, shut up. Sorry, I know it's late. My filter's gone. But that's not, so imagine you have this happening, people shouting. There was 2 guys having a full-on conversation, weren't playing the game. There was a guy shooting on the hook. Okay, he was on the hook. There was one person on one side of him, one person on the other side of him. Okay, they weren't playing, and they were standing there having a full-fledged conversation, talking about the game while this guy's trying to shoot, with them talking with their hands, like in front of him while he's grabbing the dice and rolling and saying, so what he doesn't want to roll right now is 7. And I actually just said, hey guys, can you go talk over there? And they go, oh. And they looked at the shooter and they said, oh, are we bothering you? And he goes, yes, you are. It was so bad. Okay, so this is it. The etiquette of craps, people have to learn etiquette. It's like, I don't care. Like, I think before you know how to play the game, you should know how to play with etiquette. That's what I'm saying, man. That's my passion. Will I ever be able to make enough impact in the craps community and the life of craps on a cruise to understand that people have to have etiquette if you're gonna play, or if you're gonna stand there? Don't step up and lean on the table and put your hands in if you're not even playing. You're just standing there talking. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is turning into a rant video. Every once in a while I do have a rant video, and this has just become it.
Much later.
So, this was night 1, by the way. Night 1, by the way, and I'm already pissed. I'm already ticked off. So let me go on to night 2, and I'll let you know how I feel after I reflect on night 1, and then I will actually do a recap of night 2. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a long video. No, I won't make it that long. Actually, I'm not gonna rant the whole time. I'm only gonna rant when I have something to rant about. So it might be night 3, it might be night 4, it might be only this, but I will end this video. Are you wondering what it's gonna be next? Okay, let's just go over there. I don't know what's gonna be next, but let me show you what's gonna be next. We're gonna go over to my next rant. Here we go. Okay, let's talk about my next thing for my next rant for the day. My next rant day, this is day 3, but I'm ranting for night 2. This girl didn't feel good. And that's my rant. She wasn't at the craps table. Yeah, the motion of the ocean. She wasn't at the craps table. The craps table was chaos, by the way. Still chaos. It was a lot of chaos, but in a good way for me, because I bought in for $1,000, and I went out for, what did I go out for? Like $5,000. So anyway, I got some playing money, and but it was still chaos. People didn't understand. I told some people.
You got me playing money too, huh, Brian?
She's trying to get me on video committing to give you money? Maybe. I took her shopping and she bought stuff. Here's a rant. The stuff is so expensive.
When he only makes me pack with 2 bags and no carry-on stuff for 14 nights.
Oh, this is Amber's rant.
No, he's gonna have to buy me something.
This turns into Amber's rant video. All right, hey.
I ran out of stuff. I'm like, oh, I didn't bring a jacket that I can wear.
And I had to buy it. Well, how much of that? So anyway, I bought this stuff hoping that the casino will comp it off my room. So anyway, she got a jacket, Royal Caribbean jacket. And that's the rant for the day. Let's go on to the next rant for day 3 or night 3. This would be night 3. Let's see if there's a rant tonight. Let's go. Are you ready to hear about my rant for today? First, I'm gonna check my points. How about that? Let's check my points, then I'll maybe go into my rant. Let's see what it is, what it was. I had like 1,800. Now what do I have? 2,700, about 900 per night. That's kind of on average. Oh my goodness. So not much to rant about tonight, but I did lose $600 tonight, but I was up. So I just played until I lost it all. But I was kind of just playing around with some different strategies, trying them out, and I wanted to see if they worked. And if you want to know if they worked or not, you know that I lost all $600. But I played from 7 to 1. 7 to 1. What is that? 7 to 1. 6 hours? That's $100 an hour it cost me to play, and I got 900 points out of it. 900 points for $600. That's better than slots, I guess. But anyway, don't have a lot to rant about, like I said. Other than, no, I'm kind of embracing the chaos, I think. So I think it was more me, you know, so I was like embracing the chaos. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So anyway, no rant today. I'm happy with the points, but kind of, I'm down like what I was up at 600. I only went in for 600 tonight. I did give Amber 300 to jump in. She had, actually I gave her 600. I had 600, she had 600. She left with 800. So she was up 200 and left. I stayed through the chaos, through the storm. And like I said, on a live for my members, I did a update, like a live update for my members. And this is what I said, right around, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it's like this song that I don't know if you've heard it or remember it, but it was like, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. What are you doing? Yeah, I get,
5.
What's going on?
6. I'm giving you back the 600 that you gave me.
They closed the table, but how did you do? What happened? Tell us. What? You got a hand pay, didn't you?
No. Close. I was 2 things away from a hand pay of $1,100. Plus I had like $500 on that.
So, but you paid me back the 6? Okay, I take it back. I still lost 6. Because I gave you 6 to play with, and I lost 6 today. But at least I got it back. Yes, that's awesome. No ranting today. Do you have anything to rant about? Okay.
Even Brian's attitude sometimes at the table.
I was embracing it. I embraced the craziness.
Oh.
I was giving the dealer a hard time because they were just not getting it. But the thing is, they weren't paying attention. It's their fault. It's their fault. Okay, that's the rant. Yeah. Dealer. Ran over. All right, ran over. So this is really interesting because look at this girl. You don't know what time it is, but I'm going to tell you. They made an announcement that they're closing the casino. And do you know what time they close this casino, Amber?
I think 2, right?
3.
3?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, remember the time change. So Amber has never been out during this time. And so, Amber, you know the tradition. You know what the tradition is? Where are we going? She doesn't know. Yeah, you know it's pizza, but she's never been there.
Is it pizza close at 3?
We need to just take the stairs up 1 level to the pizza place. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do a rant tomorrow with Amber. It's late tonight. I played with $1,000 tonight of my profit, and I stayed. Anyway, I walked away with $1,000. So, $1,000 in, $1,000 out, played all night, and I don't know, man, I was pressing pretty high. There was some good rolls. So we're about to find out how many points I have. I think before this, I had 2,700 points. So 2,700 points, and this is night 4. So 4 sessions. 3 sessions, I had 2,700 points. What did I get for the 4th session? We're about to find out. Let's go ahead and tap this and see what it be. Let's see what it be. Focus. Focus. 39. 30. Well, come on, go back over there. What was it? 39, 36. 39, 36. All right. Yep, 39, 36. Hey, here's a pro tip. Did you know even though the machine is disabled?
Mine didn't work.
Oh, I clocked me in and I can see my points. 48, 20. Even though it's closed. We're closed here today, but you got 23, 39, Amber. Have I done a rant? Have I done a video? Oh, let me tell you, I haven't. But I am gonna check my points. Let's check my points. So this was night 6. Night 6, okay. Night 6. Wow. Okay. How many points did I get in 6 sessions? Because I'm only playing sessions at night, not during the day. They did open the table once during the day, but I didn't play. And all I'm doing is craps. So let's see how much money or points, and then I'll talk about the money. How much did I get? How many points did I get on craps? Here we go. All right, so just craps, 6 sessions. Let's see what it is. And it is 6,000 points for 6 sessions, 6 nights. Wow. So one night, I made $4,000. And been using that money ever since. So lost a little bit, gave some to Amber, she gave some back to me. Long story short, I am even. So I got 6,000 points for free pretty much, and now I need to dip into my bankroll again. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dip into my bankroll and start playing. But tonight is the last C day until our first stop, and then we have 2 more C days. So we're gonna stop. So tomorrow night we're going to the port. We'll probably play tomorrow night, but will it be a long session? I don't know. I think we're leaving pretty late. I don't know what time the table will open. The table's been opening here on the Odyssey of the Seas, at least on this transatlantic. It's been opening at like 7:30 each night, so that's where we've been. So 7:30 until about. So I've been playing 4 to 6 hours each session. So, but this session was pretty good. And so we got 6,000 points. We're averaging 1,000 points per session. It is a 14-night cruise. So is that 14,000 points? Well, the next level after 6,500 is 9,000, then 15,000. So I'd have to like press the pedal on the metal if I'm gonna be getting 15,000, but maybe 9,000 is in reach. I've gotten 9,000 on the last 2 cruises that I went on, and those were 7-night cruises. So this one should be easy peasy to be able to get that many. So as far as, because this is day 6, I'm actually behind schedule from what I usually do, but here we are with 6,000 points and starting our bankroll, like starting to get into our actual bankroll. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I want to be true to the game, true to the show. Didn't have a good night tonight. I could not roll. Every time I rolled tonight, it was either 0.7 out or establish a point, got 1 roll, and then 7'd out the whole night. And I played for hours. And some people had good rolls, so I was up, you know, and then I lost it when I rolled. And I usually go big on myself, which I did. So I'm down $350. $350 down. Nah, I'm not happy because my freaks come out at night. Let me show you what my points are. Not even late. It's simply frustrating at the table. So I just left. I can't tell what that is. No, that's not right. They haven't checked me out at the table yet. Because that's only 6,000. That's what I had before I started. Can I rant? Can I rant? Okay, I've been a couple nights not ranting, but I'm ranting right now. Okay, let me tell you. There's a guy that rolls. He rolls really good, but after a while, he rolls for so long, he passes the dice. Every time he passes the dice, he usually goes to the restroom. Okay, I'm just telling you. So, older gentleman, I understand, no big deal. He always passes the dice. Well, this time the dice happened to pass to me. He had a point of 10. He was rolling really good. He was rolling. And he passed the dice to me. So I had a point of 10. I literally took down all my money. I put money on any 7. I grabbed the dice and threw them really hard at the back of the wall, and it was a 7. Perfect case scenario. I knew that would happen, and that's why I bet any 7 and took all my money down. So I won that bet, and then I go put my money on the pass line because, you know, I had to have money on the pass line, but I won. Then I left my money on the pass line and I said, okay, give me the dice, because whenever somebody passes the dice and when you roll their number, if you 7 out, you roll your number. It's time for you to roll. So even though he passed the dice to me and I 7'd out on the 10, it was my turn to roll. Well, they passed the dice. I'm like, no, it's my turn to roll. I was rolling his number, now it's my turn to roll. And they're like, no, we don't do it that way. I'm like, everybody does it that way. Every Royal Caribbean ship, every craps table, anywhere, everywhere does that. Let me talk to the manager. Manager comes out and didn't understand what I was saying. I was like, okay, he had a point of 10. He passed the dice to me. I 7'd out on his point of 10, and it was my turn to roll, but they wouldn't give me the dice. They passed me. And she goes, oh no, if the point was already established, that was his point, then you have to establish a point and roll. And I go, I know, but they passed me. And by this time, it passed 2 people by the time they came over. So then, I turned back to the dealers. I'm like, yeah, she said I was right. The casino manager said I was right, that I should have rolled. But of course, you wait all the way around just to be able to get your own roll, and then you have to roll somebody else's 10. Of course, that would be stupid. So anyway, they passed the dice to another person. Then the manager came back and said, sorry, Brian, actually, we're not going to allow anybody to pass the dice anymore. And I go, what? I mean, everybody passes the dice. Like there was people that had to go to the show. So they literally couldn't take their pass line, so they would have to pass the dice, leave their pass line, and I would say things like, make the pass line for the dealers. And they go, okay, pass line for the dealers. Great, all right. And then they would pass. This guy, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that because he rolls for a long time, and when he passes the dice, he takes down his money, and he goes to the restroom. So I'm thinking he passes the dice because he has to use the restroom. And they went up to him and told him that they're not going to allow him to pass the dice anymore. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And they said, well, it'll just cause a bunch of issues if people pass the dice to another shooter and they don't know what they're doing. And it could cause a lot of confusion. I said, it's going to cause a lot of confusion if people can't pass the dice. So what's going to happen if this is going to be the rule is that if that guy's rolling and he has to pass the dice, he can't pass the dice. We have to wait for him to go to the restroom and come back. That's my rant. That's my rant for today. If somebody passes the dice to another shooter when they have a point established, so they establish a point, they pass the dice to another shooter after they've established their point, that shooter needs to roll their point. If they 7 out, then that shooter still rolls, because then it's time for their roll. I don't know what's so hard about that. I have no idea what's so hard about that. But anyway, it doesn't happen that common unless there's a guy that every time he rolls, probably 8 times out of 10, he passes the dice. So anyway, that's my rant for this one. Let's go to another one. What?
So then, what happened was, I'm just kidding.
What happened was, let's go to another one.
Oh yeah, one more thing when it comes to ranting. Guess what? The points aren't working. So I played a whole session of craps, got 0 points, a whole night. And they said, can you tell I went up the stairs? I went up 4 or 5 flights of stairs. So got my steps in, but you would not believe it. We played a whole session of craps last night. No points. Tonight, 0 points. And they said, oh, we'll make it right on Monday. Today's Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, no points. Why did that happen? They said, because we've been going forward in time. So because we're going forward in time, it's actually different times. The system was down back in the States or whatever, wherever, I don't know. Anyway, 0 points for 2 sessions. Wow, talk about a rant. We'll see tomorrow. Will I be ranting or will I be pleasantly surprised about the points that I did get? I don't know, we'll see. Shall we talk about the rant of all rants? No, I'll just tell you. Okay, so the last couple days, because of the time changes on this cruise that we're on, all the table games were not registering, okay? And because all the table games were not registering, our points weren't registering, so we didn't have any idea or any clue what our points would be. So like 2 days ago, is it 2 days ago? I had 6,000 points. Still have 6,000 points. Let's see if they registered. I think they registered some in. I had 1 session after it. Let's see where we ended up. Night 9, at the end of night 9, playing exclusively just craps. Playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. Have you ever heard of that before? Let's see how many points we have. Here we go. Simply tap your card and then you wait for it to pop up. Let's see what it is. And it is 78.56. Oh my gosh, that's not good. That's not good. I was averaging 1,000 a night. Oh my goodness. Well, there's something to rant about. Man, the system down. Don't play when the system's down. Well, I closed the table. Well, I could have played more. I was the last one on the table, so I just colored up, by the way, from 300 to 500, but I played all night. Playing with 300 is scary, but I got to 500, so I press on to another. But yeah, back to my original bankroll, and it's night 10. Let's see how many points we have. I'm gonna just put it into this machine to see how many points we have. Here we go. 8866. Okay. That gives a good shot at 9,000, I would say. I don't know if I can get to 15,000 though. That's the next level, from 9 to 15. I have another whole 7-night cruise after this 14 night. So I think, I mean, this sounds crazy, but I might stop at 9,000. I just don't think that I can get to 15, because there was this big mix up. Oh, you heard it, you've been watching. Okay, let's go on to the next day. Well, here we go again on a point check. Check the points tonight. Closed down the table. Lost $200. So $300 left for the entire cruise. I've been here before. Let's check. It is 95.77. So basically what that means is a 95.77. It's night 11. And so we have, what do we have? We have 12, 13, 14, 3 more nights. I'm not sure I can get to the next level of 9,500 going to 15. No, it's 9,000 actually. It's 9,000, then it's 15,000. But even at, wait, no. What did I just have? 9,000, 15,000, right? I have 9,500. Okay, I do have it. Nine, but I still don't know if I can get to. I can't. I know. With $300, you just can't play high enough, or for the right amount of money that would give you enough points to generate with hours. The hours plus the money. I don't have enough to get to 1,500. That would be another 6,000 points. I'm averaging, or have averaged, about 1,000 per night, except for when the stuff was messed up. So, wow. That was 3, and I'm at 7, just so you know. Talking about levels now, decks. I was on deck 3, and I went all the way to deck 7. On the stairs, while talking, so take that. Did my steps for the day. But anyway, yeah. Oh, wrong side. Wrong side. All right, so with all that being said, I don't think I'm gonna get 15,000. I might be content because I'm gonna be on this cruise for another round, another 7 nights. I think I'm gonna be content with my 9,500. I got free play, and I'm thinking about using it on the next one. I'll tell you about it more later. Okay, here's the plan. Here's what it be. All right, so last night of the cruise, there's a big long line for the host desk, and everybody's waiting for the host desk. So what I have, my plan was, and is, and I did, by the way, is I got my free play, okay, which was based on points, like $200. Took it to my room for the next cruise, okay? Then I went and talked to the host and said, hey, based on my play, do I qualify for any comps or free play? Well, I paid off my account, and when you pay off your account, they can't really comp anything off your room, like the spa or excursions or anything like that. But what they can do is give you more free play. So, because I'm done playing for the night, after midnight, which it's like 11:30 right now, but I have to wait until, wow, it's loud over there, it's loud everywhere. I have to wait until midnight, and they're gonna give me an extra 500. So on my next cruise, because I'm doing this one back to back, I have $250 onboard credit. I have 500 of free play. Plus I got 200 that I already got. Plus I'm gonna get another 500 for the next cruise. Free play, well, anyway, they're gonna give me free play after midnight, but I'm keeping that for the next cruise. So I'm gonna have, what is that? 250, that's 1250. Yeah, 1250 plus 200. That's $1,450 free play on the next cruise because I'm gonna hold it for the next day. It's been so many days, but for you it was just instant, right? Okay, so I'm on the following cruise, okay? I have my dice tracker. I'm doing a whole different video for this one, but I wanted to end that last video, this video that you're watching, okay? So I got my free play and I kept it for the next cruise. And on the next cruise, here, I'll check my points on this next cruise. I ended up getting 10,000 points, like 10,050 points on that cruise. On this, well, the one you're watching. But that was last cruise, same ship I was doing back to back. Let me show you how many points I got now, and then I'll tell you what happened with my free play. Oh my goodness, you're gonna wanna hear this. I'm gonna just check it here with this, and we'll see how many I got for this cruise. It's probably around, what, I don't know, 3,000, that's what I thought. I've only played 3 nights, so that's about a little over 1,000 per night. And on this cruise, I haven't really been playing for points anyway. I'm really just kind of just playing. So I took I had $500 worth of free play. Actually, I had like $1,250 worth of free play. I took 500 on the don't pass line, and I rolled it and hit a 3. Oh my goodness. Oh my, OMG, I hit a 3. That's what I was saying. And so it was really awesome. Then I threw it again and hit a 7. So I don't know how you think about it, but I really took 500 and turned it into 500. So at least that happened. And then I made a couple more because I had another 500 that I put on the DP. It got passed, didn't hit a 3, didn't hit a 7-11. And then I had a point, so I went 440 inside, hit it a couple times, then took it down, and then did it again, hit it a couple times, take it down. So I made about 600 off of the other 500.
and then I threw it and hit a 7, so I lost the 500 and 500. All the rest of it, like the other 250, I kind of just piddled around with some hard ways and stuff like that. That's basically how it worked, but I at least wanted to kind of end that video and tell you how it went. It was a long video for me. What, 14 nights on a cruise, plus another 7 nights. That's 21 nights on this ship I've been here. But I want to say, go to holyroller.com, get one of these if you haven't already, and subscribe if you would. And don't forget to watch this video if you'd like to see more. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.